I'm Dr. Rajeevan Moothal. I'm working as a yoga instructor at Sri Nityananda Yoga Ashtanga, Kondevoor in Kerala, in India. So I'm basically a PhD holder from geology from Goa University, India. After my PhD, I worked as an assistant professor in India and as well as in Ethiopia. I worked in Ethiopia for 4 years in 2 universities. While working in Ethiopia, I found Ethiopia has a lot of potential to become another India or America. So whatever they do with conviction. So I thought of helping people as a environmental social worker while I was working as assistant professor in Kerala University. So I started a self-financing project which is named as Integrated Sustainable Development Project in Ethiopia, especially in Adigrat city of Tigray state of Ethiopia. So I selected some few women farmers and supported them by donating some hen so that they can develop a self-reliant poultry farms which will give them a very good daily regular income. So which was an initiation of self-reliance in Ethiopia for developing sustainable livelihood development for the entire Africa in a larger or broader spectrum which I was dreaming about. So after that I joined in Adigrat University, then I started working with people. Then there I supported some students to learn yoga. So I taught yoga for free of cost whenever I got time on Saturdays, Sundays and also evening times. So most of the students were interested because they heard first time what is yoga. So I taught them not only as a physical asanas but also the Yama, Niyama, that is Yama means social discipline and also Niyama, the self-discipline, which is the first 2 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. There are another 6 steps, and in that 3rd step will come as Yogasana, which people know in the world as physical asanas, which is known as Yogasana. So Yama and Niyama means social disciplines and self-disciplines, which is the foundation for all yoga practitioners and also which should be the foundation for all the people around the world to live a better life. So what I found is that the first principle of Yama says you should follow ahimsa. That means you should not kill any animals. Not only killing, but also you should not hurt any fellow beings, whether it is animals or your friends, your families. You should consider everyone intimately as part of yourself. So which is known as ahimsa, which became a very powerful tool for Mahatma Gandhi, which made him to fight against the British Empire, and we got independence through the practice of this powerful technique which is known as ahimsa, which is nothing but non-violence. So apart from that, so there are other principles, which is next one is known as satya. Satya means truthfulness. One should think only about truth. So we should not think, we should not tell lies, we should not think about lies, we should not think about other than truth. So in action, in speech and also in our thoughts, we should practice truthfulness. This is the second principle. There are 3 more principles, and also in Niyama there are 5 principles. The first one, which is known as a shaucha or cleanliness, which is very important for every human being if we want to get success and get a very beautiful life, not only for the person and also for the entire community and also entire nation. So this is what I was interested as a yoga teacher. Rather than becoming a geologist and a scientist, I want to be a yoga instructor where I can teach people not only yoga but also environmental sustainability so that they preserve their environment safely. So this is what I did in Ethiopia by helping women farmers and especially to become self-reliant societies rather than depending on donations from around the world. Africa should sustain by their own effort. So nothing comes easily or free. So this is what I wanted to remind them. Don't ask for donations or anything. You work with your hands, your mind, so that you will become independent. So this is what I was trying to teach. So with yoga, I want to teach the world. Now I am teaching the communities in India to understand what is Niyama and Yama and Niyama. So follow this fundamentally. So if you follow 50% of Yama and Niyama, your 50% of yoga result will come. So why I am selecting yoga as a tool to transformation for entire world and especially the youth? The reason is that yoga is not just a religion. It is not at all a religion. It is a powerful spiritual science, an exact science with which one can transform their life. If you understand yoga better, if you practice yoga better, you will understand your religion and also you will understand the other religions better. So this is the main problem of the world, that people are following very fanatic outlook towards religion, and they think that their religion is better than others and others should not survive. This is why we are seeing terrorists which are blasting bombs around the world, creating so much of havoc, simply because they don't understand life, they don't understand themselves, and they are in my words, they are the most idiotic people which I can see. They are not intelligent, even if they are educated. So the fundamental difference between a yoga person and another person is that a yoga person understands life as a simple, peaceful mechanism which can transform his own life and also transform the people around them. Whereas other people, they live their own life selfishly and don't understand other people. So they always live in a state of disharmony. So yoga brings peacefulness within yourself and also around yourself and around the world. So yoga is the most powerful technique that can bring peace for the entire world. So world will be so peaceful if every individual will understand the essence of yoga. So this is why what we are talking about, the world peace, it cannot be achieved by dialogue, it cannot be achieved by any other campaigning. It can be achieved only by practicing yoga for every individual, so that the individual will be very peaceful. So when an individual becomes very peaceful, the whole entire world will be peaceful, isn't it? If every individual takes that I want to be peaceful by practicing yoga, the entire world will be peaceful. So for the simple example is that last week there was a firing by a person in America. He killed 59 people. Why? Because he is not simply peaceful within himself. We don't know what is life, why he is born, what is his purpose. So such a human purpose which is very vast, people are misled and they are doing entirely very bad thing. So my intention to come to America is that I can be very inspiring and motivating teacher, especially for the youth, so that I can change or transform the lives of American youth and also the youth around the world, so that everyone start practicing a peaceful, self-transforming yoga, so that they can be better persons and let them live in any walks of life, whether scientists, teachers or anything. Initially in their own home, they should practice yoga as a self-transforming mechanism, as a self-discipline on a daily basis. So we will be able to create such a peaceful world by practicing yoga. This is my intention, and I want to really come to America just to teach the youth how to transform their own life, and also become instruments for transforming others' life. We in India always believe in karma. Karma means the science of action. So when I say karma, that depends on your past life action has some influence on your present life. So one has to be very careful when doing action in present life so that the future life will be very fruitful. So India having more than 15,000 years of heritage with especially the life transforming yoga, we have helped the world to transform their life so that life will be very peaceful within and without. So yoga is a perfect science which teaches the science of karma. So science of karma means whatever you do in your life which has an impact, whether you do good thing or bad thing. So the spiritual masters of India says that your happiness and your misery is because of your karma, which means in last life you have done something bad, that's why you are suffering now. So you are happy because you are did something good in the past life. So when you talk about this, and if we can teach the science of karma to the people as a part of yoga teaching, people will understand that whatever I do which has an impact on me in future, so that I will be careful. So this is why karma is the most powerful technique. There is no God sitting on top and punishing you all the time when you do bad things and giving reward to you every time when you do good things. But it's only your own karma which acts as a software. Whenever you do bad things, the impact will be very miserable and very difficult to handle yourself. So once any person understands this basics of science of karma, he will be very careful in action, in thought, and as well as in speech. So karma works in all levels, in action, in speech, and also in your thoughts. If you think even negatively, it will have a negative impact on your life. So that means even in your thought level, you should be very careful of doing things positively and very helpful for the people, so that your life will be very good in the future. So once we can teach this kind of science, this is a fundamental science, which is a truthful science. This is a truth. There is nobody can change tomorrow and another scientist come and disprove yourself. It is not possible, because these are called Sanatana Dharma of ancient India, which is nothing but Sanatana means lasting, everlasting. It never changes. Truth cannot be changed. We can change anything, but we cannot change the truth. So that's why we call it as a Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma means everlasting truth. So this is the foundation of India, where we have practicing as a karma as a basic science to make people to understand what is my life. My life is based on my karma. So when everyone understands this kind of science, don't you think that life will be very peaceful, very happy? Because people will be joyful when they know that I can decide my future by simply acting positively and becoming a peaceful life, becoming a positive life, a helpful life for other fellow beings. So when we help others, we get helped. This is the science of karma. Give and take it. So this science must be taught. In India we are teaching. When I teach all village communities in yoga, I teach the science of karma and make them understand your life is in your hand. God is there, not to punish you, not to give you rewards, but if you do your karma better, then God is there always to protect you from other calamities. Calamities will not come to you if you are taking your life positively, and only rewards are giving only your karma, only punishments are giving only your karma, which is your own making, isn't it? So the life become your own making, your life become your own making. So in this way we can teach people what they should do consciously, good karma or good action, which will be peaceful. If you destroy somebody's life, don't you think that you can be peaceful? either in this life or in the next life. Why people are suffering almost everywhere is because of this fundamental science of karma. So this is a basic thing I want to teach along with the yoga, which is a part of yoga. Science of karma is a part of yoga, so that people will understand better. So nowadays, especially in the Western countries, youth are not directed positively. Because of the advancement of technologies, they have forgotten the traditional things. Where is Abraham Lincoln? Where is Martin Luther King? Where is such people now existing in America? Especially few people like Barack Obama or Bill Clinton. Some few people, we can count them in fingers. Such people are very rare nowadays. Why? Because people are not living their life intensely. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in positive things. By seeing the technology, they think that this is everything about life. They take their life comfortably, eating, drinking without any self-discipline. So this way of life will not take any person to progressive state, and also it will not take any country to a positive state. This is why Yogananda told the entire West is on a volcano. He said the entire world, especially the Western world, is on a top of volcano because it is taking materialism. It is taking materialism as a main means of living. That is not correct way. That is not the truthful way. Because he warned the people of America and also Europe that if they don't inculcate the spiritual teachings of the East, they will burst after some 50 years or 100 years. So this is now we are seeing some incidents here and there in America or Europe is making a lot of problems for the common people, especially to understand that certain people are living their life very negatively and they harm the entire society. The very recent incident that happened in America, the firing of one person killed 59 people, is an example for that. One person who did not live his life peacefully, did not live his life systematically, can affect hundreds of thousands of people, isn't it? One person can blast a bomb and kill hundreds of thousands of people if he doesn't live his life peacefully. So this is a way how we are looking life. So if we teach such people from their childhood, your life is your karma and you must do only positive karma so that you will not harm anybody. If you harm anybody, you will be harmed. Your life will be harmful and negative. Your life will be miserable if you make anybody's life miserable. So this is the way how yoga can be very powerful technique. This looks like very simple thing and very old technique, but that is why India is standing even after 15,000 years of heritage of India. India is still intact and spiritually vibrant. Even though poverty is there, poverty is a part of human suffering. People who are done bad things are there in every society. So when they do something bad, they are suffering. We cannot give them money by donation or anything, and we cannot uplift them. It's not, according to the karma science, we should not help directly such way. We should help people to live positive way, and they should help themselves so that they will come out of their such miseries. So this is why some part of India is still poor, not because of they don't know, they don't have money or something. They are deprived by their own karma. They did something bad in their life, now they are suffering. Even the poverty is a very example of their own karma. So if we teach this kind of powerful science, so the life will be very positive for the people. So this is why I am very eagerly looking forward to participate in this kind of program. 2 years living in America is a better time. I can repeat or revive the works of Swami Yogananda done in America, especially the Chicago speeches, Boston, Chicago, everywhere, the Ramakrishna mission set up by Sri Yogananda. I am always inspired by his great work, 6 years work in America, which has changed the life of many American youth. who has taken to the path of self-realization and the self-realizing yoga. So this is a way how we can help a community rather than becoming a small projects like environmental science, this thing, which are all material things. One cannot change their life by doing all kind of external sciences, physics, chemistry, biology, environmental science. It can support people only a certain limit. But if we teach them yoga, the spiritual foundational science for all people, then life will be very fruitful and very exciting, isn't it? So that is what I'm actually looking for, and I'm very positive about this kind of opportunity just to come there and teach. I'm not worried about whether you select me or not, but I'm just worried about how people of the youth of America is living. Are they really living meaningful life? Are they immersed in the pleasures and comforts of the world and lost themselves? Or can I help them by teaching yoga and bring them up so that they will live a very peaceful life within themselves? Sitting in one place, they will be very happy. For hours together, one should be able to sit in one place without doing anything. No mobile, no WhatsApp, no Facebook. One should be able to sit with himself, take the company of himself and sit. Such people can be a very good family man, and such yoga practitioners can help the people in a long way. So I'm really looking forward to help the people in that manner, so that the life of American youth, and also once we teach Americans how to live, it seems that being a most affluent country in the world, people follow Americans. Whatever the Americans do, they will follow. So that's why even all spiritual masters, they found that American people are the best yoga students or the students of yoga. So if they teach, if they learn and teach others, people around the world will follow. And especially Indians are always living, even though they are not doing yoga in their own life in a daily basis, they are living a life of yoga itself. Their life itself is a yoga. They are breathing yoga, they are talking yoga, they are sleeping yoga. So it is not that much important for Indians, but still some revival is required. That's why I am teaching here yoga in the entire community of India, and looking for just 2 years time to come and teach the youth of America, so that the world will follow them.